Have you ever wished you could go back in time? Back to a moment where everything changed? Back to the day you made a mistake? Back to the moment when life took the wrong turn? Most people believe that if they could just go back once, just once, they could fix everything. But what if going back in time would not fix your life? What if the real answer was never behind you, but always in front of you? This is the story of a man who found a clock that ran backwards, and the unexpected lesson it taught him about life. In a quiet town lived a man named Ethan. From the outside, his life looked ordinary. He had a small job, a small apartment, a simple routine. But inside his heart lived something heavy: regret. Years earlier, Ethan had been offered a life-changing opportunity, a chance to start a business with his closest friend. But he was afraid of failing, afraid of losing money, afraid of leaving the comfort of his routine. So he said no. His friend took the risk alone, and within a few years, the business became wildly successful. Every time Ethan saw his friend's success, a painful thought returned to his mind. If only I had said yes. Over time, Ethan's life became a prison of what if. What if I had tried? What if I had believed in myself? What if I had taken the risk? He stopped dreaming about the future because his mind was always traveling backward, back to the same moment, the same decision, the same regret. Until one evening, something strange happened. While walking home one night, Ethan noticed a small shop he had never seen before, an antique shop. Curious, he stepped inside. Dusty shelves filled the room. Old books, vintage radios, ancient clocks. Behind the counter sat an old shopkeeper. His eyes were calm, but strangely knowing. "Looking for something?" the shopkeeper asked. Ethan shrugged. "I'm not sure." Then something caught his attention, a small clock sitting on the shelf. But something about it was unusual. The hands were moving backwards. Ethan stared at it. "Why is this clock moving backwards?" The shopkeeper smiled. "Because it reminds people of something important." Ethan picked up the clock. "Does it take you back in time?" he joked. The shopkeeper replied quietly, "No, but it shows you what happens when you live there." Ethan didn't understand, but for some reason, he bought the clock. That night, Ethan placed the clock on his desk. Tick, tick, tick. But instead of moving forward, the hands moved backward. Watching it felt strange, and slowly Ethan noticed something. Every time he thought about his past regrets, his mind felt exactly like that clock, moving backward, reliving the same moment again and again. But while his mind traveled to the past, his life in the present stood completely still. Days later, Ethan returned to the shop. "I understand the clock now," he told the shopkeeper. "When I focus on the past, my life moves backwards too." The old man nodded. "The past is a teacher," he said, "but many people turn it into a prison. You cannot change yesterday, but you can destroy tomorrow by living there." Ethan looked at the clock one last time. Then he did something simple. He turned it around so he could no longer see it. For the first time in years, Ethan stopped asking, "What if I had?" and started asking, "What can I do now?" He began learning new skills, meeting new people, taking small risks, not because he could change his past decision, but because he could still create a new future. Many people spend years staring at the same moment in their past, a mistake, a failure, a missed opportunity. They replay it again and again, like a clock that only moves backward. But life doesn't live in yesterday. Life only exists right now. So if you ever find yourself trapped in regret, remember this simple truth: the past is a place to learn from, not a place to live. Because the moment you stop looking backward is the moment your life finally begins moving forward again.